You want to build an app, but you just can't think of anything. What should you do? How can you find those app ideas? So I got this question from Amit. He writes, I want to make a unique app, but I have no idea to make an app. Please suggest. Thank you very much for the question, Amit. Here we go. So here's what I would say in response to that. The first thing I would say is that there are app ideas all around you. Like, they are everywhere. App ideas permeate this world. And the reason why they do is because problems permeate this world. There are problems all over this planet. And so to say that you can't think of an app idea, I mean, I know that you're not exactly saying this, but it sounds kind of like you're saying that there are no problems in this world to solve, or that you can't see those problems. So here are some suggestions. First, I would watch this playlist on app ideas. So from last year, we went through a whole bunch of different ways to get different ideas for different apps. And so you can find app ideas from periodicals, from books, from current events. You can find app ideas from internet searches, all sorts of ways that you can come up with different ideas for an app. Now, as you continue to capture different app ideas, my second suggestion would be to keep a log of the ideas that you think up. So keep a running list, keep adding new ideas to that list. You need more than one idea to find a good one. Number 3, don't search the internet for app ideas. Those search results are mostly focused around search engine optimization. It's like clickbait. People just want you to click on that site so they can get ad revenue or whatever. Those search results, those ideas that they have on those pages are not original ideas, and they probably won't be helpful. And if someone else, let's think about this for a second. If someone else had an idea for an amazing application that was going to change the world and it was going to be disruptive and make a lot of money, why would they just post it on the internet for other people to find? That's just not how it works. Suggestion number 4, and I think this is the most important one, is focus on your mission and your interests. What do you care about? What good do you want to do in the world? Do you care about clean water? Do you care about social media privacy? Do you care about, there are so many issues in the world today. Pick something that you care about. Or pick something else that's not a problem, but that's an interest that you have, a niche interest. So maybe you're interested in Internet of Things, or maybe you're interested in car racing, or you could be interested in literature. Just pick something that's of interest to you and focus on that. There's a difference between having an interest and having a mission. People that are interested in something, it could be a hobby, it could just be a pastime. But typically, in order to get through the amount of work that it takes to bring an app to market, you really need to be on a mission, meaning there's some kind of cause that you feel really passionate about. And the reason why it's so important to be on a mission, or to have a specific cause that you feel passionate about, is that there is going to be a lot of work between coming up with an app idea and bringing that app idea to market. You have to validate the app idea. You have to do so much work to get from concept to cash, that if you don't have a mission, if you don't feel that passion, it's going to be really difficult for you to endure all of the work needed to get from A to B. So I think you need to be on a mission. And so my question would be, what mission are you on? What is it that you want to accomplish? What legacy do you want to leave? What audience do you want to help? What problems do you want to solve? So think about that. And that's a good segue into number 5. 5, find the problems related to your mission, and then define your app concept around the biggest problem you can find. Okay, this is not hard. Let me show you how this is done. This is super, super easy. I did this literally in 2 minutes. I searched for random industry generator, and I came up with this site, perchance.org/industry. This is a really simple website where all you have to do is tell it how many different industry names or ideas you want, and then you push randomize, and it will create a bunch of different industries. So I said, well, let's look at 3. And the 3 randomly suggested industries that this site suggested to me were alternative medicine, information technology and services, and commercial real estate. And the first one grabbed my attention, alternative medicine. Huge issue in the world today, right? We've got, in the United States, we have the Food and Drug Administration. We've got all sorts of regulations. We want to make sure people are safe. But in doing so, there's a lot of issues with people wanting to have alternative medicine, but they can't because the FDA won't approve it, etc., etc. So I picked alternative medicine as my industry, and then I went over to Google and I searched for alternative medicine industry problems. The very first result after the scholarly articles was this particular article from the National Institutes of Health. Current issues regarding complementary and ... and alternative medicine in the United States. So here's the summary: the widespread use of CAM and the need for better informed healthcare professionals to provide patient counseling. That's a huge problem. The healthcare professionals don't have enough information about alternative medicine. And look at this paragraph in the introduction. It says, nearly 40% of adults in the US use some form of complementary and alternative medicine therapy, including dietary supplements. The widespread popularity of CAM and dietary supplements has brought attention to the existence of both a knowledge and a communication gap for healthcare professionals with respect to being able to properly counsel patients about these treatments. Whoa, what did it say? It just said there's a huge problem, a widespread problem with healthcare professionals not having enough information so that they can inform their patients about these alternative medicines. So right there, you've got a huge problem to solve. A lack of evidence-based information about efficacy, safety, and drug interactions with CAM therapies, as well as a lack of formal training, is thought to be responsible for this deficit. That is a huge problem. So what if you had an app that could easily reference evidence-based information about efficacy, safety, and drug interactions with CAM therapies so that doctors could easily reference those studies? That way, the doctor is prepared to go in and have the conversation about whatever that alternative medicine is, to say, here are some actual peer-reviewed, randomized, statistically significant studies. So the app concept is an alternative medicine reference app for doctors and other medical professionals. Or you could flip that around and say, this is a alternative medicine reference app for consumers. It really depends on how you want to define your audience, who that person is, and what problem you're going to solve for them. Now, once you have an idea, obviously, you're not done. You don't just go start building that app. Take the idea and go validate it. That's number 6. When you have an idea, start to validate it by talking to your potential users. Go have conversations, have some interviews, ask people, how are they currently solving this problem of not having information about alternative medicine, for example. So there are lots of ways you can find app ideas. And I found one in 2 minutes for a huge industry with a big opportunity. I hope that's helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's true, I am behind schedule, big time. I have published very little this year, but we're coming back with some new content for you, especially now that we have some cool client apps coming out that we can talk about. And so we'll share some of those things with you. So if you want to build apps, change the world, and make money doing cool software entrepreneur-related stuff, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell. We'll see you next time.